Welcome to the Easy Railcast. I'm Wyatt Glover. This is Drew Thomas, and today some teaser trailer just dropped this past week, and it got us really excited and got us all like, we can't wait for this, man. So today we are going to give our thoughts on the teaser trailer for the upcoming Final Destination Bloodlines. It came out on Monday this past week, and yeah, man. So, anyways, for those of you who don't know, me and Drew are now both huge fans of the Final Destination franchise, and obviously, my favorite one is the first one, and Drew's favorite is the third, and so this is
Yeah.
why. And so, why don't we just go ahead and give our thoughts on the trailer? I am this is how to do a trailer right. They just
Yeah.
yeah, they just show us what we're going to. It showed us like some things that we're gonna see in this new Final Destination, and the tagline of the movie is "Death runs in the family," and so
Yeah.
yeah, and in this trailer they didn't even show us the family yet because it was just a teaser, and yeah, they just showed us like series of like objects falling over like a Whoop Goldberg trap that leads to a death. So
Goldberg.
yeah, they got us. Yeah, that let us know that we're in for something. So Drew, what did you think of it?
I was absolutely amazed. I was also left with several questions, but well, I know that eventually they'll all be answered in Final Destination 6, but this got me really excited, especially since this death involves hanging and being burnt alive. And I can't wait to see what the premonition death is going to be. So far, they're hinting that it's going to be falling off a building, which usually the deaths involve moving stuff. I've noticed that. But this is like one of the only stationary deaths, I guess,
Hmm.
because most of them involve vehicles, but this one involves a building.
Hmm.
This will be a nice change. Can't wait to
Yeah.
see how this is going to go.
Yeah. And also, this teaser trailer, I think, did a very good job of only showing us the character uh, getting really close to being burnt live. He kind of just the teaser trailer just pretty much like ended with him falling into the fire pit that was like lit up by like alcohol, flammable, whatever that thing is, and it was very yeah, very cool to end the teaser trailer like that and show us the title and the release date. And it is not coming out. It is not coming out on Max. It is actually being released in theaters, and it was also filmed for IMAX, which makes it even better. And
I need to
the
go to
Final
an IMAX theater now.
yeah, the Final Destination series made over $660 million. So the franchise might most likely hit like a billion when um, the new Final Destination movie. I think will most likely make at least 200 million. I feel like
Yeah.
yeah,
One thing that's also worth noting about this movie is that this is Tony Todd's last role.
that's right. This movie marks Tony Todd's last role before he passed. Luckily he was able to film all his scenes before his death. So
Yeah,
yeah,
he
man,
pushed through it.
that movie better have the in memoriam of Tony Todd and like all the clips with him from all the previous films in the end.
Oh, and they even have a recording from Devil's Flight because he voiced the Devil's Flight announcer and also the subway conductor.
Yeah. Oh, I I kind of forgot that he was also the subway conductor. Jeez, I kind of forgot that.
There you can watch all 5 movies. I'm waiting till Six Flags opens because you know
Oh yeah.
I have two different copies of Final Destination 3, by the way, because it's my favorite. I have the main DVD, which has Choose Their Fate, and I have the one a part of like the 5 movie collection.
I have the 5 movie collection on Blu-ray, which
I need to get on Blu-ray too.
oh yeah, it's like better quality and like 1080p, not even 4K Ultra where AI meets home video where they just try to make it better, but it makes their faces all rubbery and it can't even see the text from like as Easter eggs of like what you just can't see them. So anyway, um, what else was I gonna say? I am definitely going to rewatch all the Final Destination movies
Dang.
before the sixth one comes out, and also it's coming out in during the biggest month for me, which like May. I feel May in my household is always a big month because I celebrate. We have lots of birthdays to celebrate at this house. We have a barbecue party. I graduated from high school in 2021. I'm graduating from intern school this year, and
This is a big year for
yeah,
you.
man, May's gonna be even bigger for me this year because Final Destination Bloodlines comes out. Because throughout the years, people have been asking when is Final Destination 6 going to happen. Like, it was announced in 2019 and it was going to be written by the writers from Saw, but then that sort of kind of fell apart. And then they just kept on getting Jeffrey Reddick kept getting new writers in, but then they finally set someone to write, and then finally they have a then Jeffrey then had a writer that can finally get can do something new with the franchise, and then they finally got some directors who has directed one other film before, and think and then and the producer had faith that they can pull this off, and the cast looks is pretty good. The cast is pretty good. We've only seen like one cast member in the teaser trailer. He plays the character that works at a tattoo shop that also puts rings on pins on your tongue, and so yeah. And so luckily, my only question is why would you have a ceiling fan with chains on them? That is seriously a bad idea.
Probably to control it when it's spinning in case it just goes wobbling because some fans wobble whenever they go fast. Trust me, I know because sometimes I hear a noise from downstairs and that's my mom's fan because it wobbles. So I guess the chains keep it steady. But anyway,
Oh,
I've also noticed that the Song of Death is something that you don't recognize much. Which the Song of
oh,
Death is whenever a pop song plays, which is like a warning sign. Like movie number one had Rocky Mountain High. Movie number two had Highway to Hell. Movie number three had Roller Coaster of Love Roller Coaster by the Ohio Players and Turn Around Look at Me. And the fourth one had Devour, Dixieland, and Why Can't We Be Friends. And the fifth one had Dust in the Wind by Kansas. But this
oh yeah.
song, I don't think I've heard before.
What was that song?
I don't know, but well, it sounded a bit like Elton John, but I don't think it was Elton John.
Hmm. We'll have to. I'll have to. We'll have to use the song identifier and see if it can identify what song this teaser trailer used. Um. Anyways.
I'm really excited for this. I'm definitely seeing it in May, maybe June. I'm not sure. I know one thing's for sure.
Oh,
I'm seeing Zootopia 2 when it comes out too. It's my
oh
most
yeah.
anticipated, but Final Destination is my second one, and it's the one I'm excited for most right now.
Cool.
I
Yeah.
wonder if I might be able to see a trailer for Zootopia 2 or a poster at my theater when I go see Final Destination 6. I hope
Bring in your
so.
Zootopia plushies to go see Final Destination. That does sound right.
I, I will be taking my Judy and Nick plushes to see Zootopia 2.
Oh,
I,
that's cool.
maybe one of them. Most likely Judy, though.
Nice. Um, what else was I going to say? Oh, my favorite death scene in the Final Destination series is the one, probably I'd say the first one. The guy gets half of his head decapitated.
Oh,
Two is the ladder scene with the guy gets impaled in the eye with the ladder. Number three is the tanning bed. Number four, I have to say probably number four. I don't know, man. Number four is kind of a hard one. I'd say probably at the end. No, number four, my favorite one is the last scene where all three characters get ran
yeah.
out, ran over by a huge truck. In the coffee shop is my favorite one. In the fourth, the fifth one, definitely the laser eye scene. That just gives me anxiety every time I watch it. Cause, dude,
I,
oh man,
yeah,
that scene makes me not want to go get laser eye surgery ever.
I have my favorite deaths for the first one, not counting premonitions, of course. I think my favorite death is the train decapitation with like the thing slicing off Billy Hitchcock's head. And the second movie, I don't know. I think probably I think maybe the dentist one. The dentist one is
The
a pretty
dentist.
big one. Well,
Ooh.
not really at the dentist. It's outside. It's when that one guy, I forgot his name, gets crushed by the glass pane. The third
Hmm.
movie, I think I either like Aaron's death or Lewis's death is also funny too. But well,
Hmm.
um, I pretty much like a lot of the deaths. I think my favorite's the Chan bed, like Wyatt, because I mean it has Love Roller Coaster. It's a pretty good song, and it it's just and no, it's not because I have certain feelings for that scene because I have a girlfriend. I'm not into that stuff.
Hmm. Nice.
Anyway, so for the fourth movie, um, I really liked one that really got me was when Hunter's insides got sucked by the drain. Ugh,
Ooh,
just thinking about it,
man.
just ugh, makes me it makes me nauseous just thinking about it. I think my favorite is probably racist guy getting pulled by the tow truck. As Why Can't We Be Friends is playing, which is a song about not being racist. And it's like an Oompa Loompa song. Oh my god. Yes, that's my favorite. And then for the fifth movie, I like the death of that pervy guy who gets crushed by a Gandhi head
Hmm.
or Gandhi statue after one of the most hilarious scenes in the movie where he hopes he gets some sort of hot lady doing a massage on him. Instead, he gets an old lady who's just speaking Chinese or Japanese and on purpose just so she could mess with him. I loved that scene.
Hmm.
Yeah. Which
Cool.
premonition is your favorite though?
My favorite premonition is probably hmm. It's hard to pick. Probably the bridge collapse because it's the longest one, and it like really puts you on the edge of your seat, and you just oh man, why are you
I'm not
going?
even gonna bother
The,
telling my favorite. Everyone knows what my favorite premonition is.
the roller coaster, I bet.
Yeah. It makes me think of Six Flags and Happy's like, oh man, imagine this happened at Six Flags. It kind of did happen to me when my seatbelt came undone while I was on Fireball, which was a looping ride. The
Hmm.
restraint was still locked, but my seatbelt came undone. I was like, uh oh, Final Destination.
That was your. That's your.
The song
That's
that
your.
played was Chicken Fried. That's my song of death. Chicken Fried is a sign that I may die. If I hear Chicken Fried by Zach Brown Band, I might be dead.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know what my death song would be if I were to die. I don't even know. I probably I don't even have a death song yet. But once I get close to dying, I'll pick a death song.
Yeah.
Unless if I had a whoop, unless if Whoop Goldberg contraption kills me, I'll pick a death song for that. Haven't quite thought of it. Yeah, what else? There's also there was also some Founders Nation novelizations and some novels and comics that aren't even canon to the series.
Let me take a
So
third one.
um, there is the first two films have the novelizations. I don't think the third one has the novelization,
Yeah,
though. If I'm wrong.
and theirs has the original ending too, which you can actually access on Choose Their Fate, where it was originally going to end off after, um, it was going to end after McKinley gets crushed.
Hmm. Oh, and was there like a really weird ending where the film could have been like around 20 minutes? If
Yes,
it was really, yes, I, yeah,
you access that with Choose Their Fate. You choose Tails, and that will cause the premonition to happen. But afterwards, Wendy gets her friends out of the ride, and it shows it pretty much shows an epilogue where it shows where the where it says where the characters are, what happened to them, and then the credits roll. It's going to ask you first if you wish you chose heads. If you choose yes, then it'll go back to the roller coaster where when he wakes up from her premonition. If you choose no, the credits continue.
hmm,
Pretty cool.
okay.
I love that feature so much, and it's so engaging and captivating. However, you have to act quick because after 10 seconds, it'll choose one for you.
Hmm.
Sometimes your character will die, sometimes your character will live. It depends on which character though, because some characters some characters can be able to live. Like you can save Frankie Cheeks, but well, he will get arrested
Oh
for,
man.
his stuff he did with women. And if you said if he answered yes for if he was worth saving, then it will show the police footage and his camera recorder footage with the camera recorder he uses to look at the ladies. And yeah, everyone else pretty much dies, although you can save all the characters by or you can have Wendy die at the end instead of having it just be a premonition and their fate's unknown. Where as soon as the train comes towards her, squish, she's dead.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Um.
love that feature. I wish all Final Destination movies had that feature. Like you could
Hmm.
change it where Alex is. You could do the original ending to Final Destination where Alex dies, but Clear Rivers has a child.
Huh. Well, that.
Yeah, there's a lot of deleted scenes for. It is so awesome.
Huh.
I may have gotten into this horror series a bit too much, enough to where every time a person experiences something that is terrifying, I say, "Ooh, you just had a Final Destination experience. With death, there are no accidents."
There was also a Final Destination Bloodlines promotions have started already. So people have posted their Instagram and in Instagram stories. There's like a template called "Add Yours," where you just hit that thing with a photo, add yours. POV, you just watch the teaser for Final Destination Bloodlines, and you take a picture of like something that can lead to Whoopi Goldberg trap that can also lead you to death. For example, you put your hand into the sink in the that
Garbage
put your hand
disposal.
in the sink and take a picture, and then yeah, they'll share it to you, and then
Oh
the
my
companies
gosh, I gotta try that.
Foundation Bloodlines does have a official account on social media right
I'm
now.
dying.
You follow them? Cool. Good.
I'm going to follow them. I haven't followed them
Oh, you're
yet,
going to follow them. Oh,
and I will. I've got to know more about this movie than ever, especially because I'm a huge fan of all 5 movies, mostly the third,
me
but
too.
still, it's my number one favorite horror franchise. Paranormal Activity just felt predictable. I didn't even watch the last movie because it was boring. I only watched the first 2 Terminator movies. I did see Genesis, although Terminator's not technically horror. It kind of is, but it's not really.
And my ranking of the FD franchise is it goes one. Oh, jeez, it goes 1, 5, 3, 2, 4. 1, 5, 3, 2, 4. Which how does your ranking go?
My ranking goes third being the highest, second one
Okay.
being the first, third one being the fifth, the fourth one being the fourth, and the last one being the second one. I felt like the second one was a little weak.
Hmm.
That's my
Huh.
opinion.
Okay. Now we'll and we will see where Bloodlines lands for us in the ranking once it comes out on May 16th. That is the release date, May 16th.
I may
Um,
not have to buy again snacks because I'm not sure if my stomach will be able to take it.
ooh.
I feel like I'm still getting snacks, and yeah.
Ooh. There's definitely going to be I'm definitely going to get a lot of this
Oh,
in when I see
what?
Bloodline.
Yeah. So Wyatt, what is the death that is hard for you to watch on Final Destination?
So I have to say the hardest to watch or the hardest to watch for me was definitely the laser eye surgery. Definitely one of the hardest to watch because
Yeah.
this makes me squint my eyes so hard that they start watering, and
Yeah.
I can't even watch that.
Mine is Hunt's death from Final Destination 4, where his insides get sucked by the pool drain and it just shoots out from the valve. It's just ugh. However, what helped me push through this, I remember that he was an asshole
Oh yeah, that's right.
because he was an asshole, and I was like, remember he pushed a kid off of a raft because he just squirted him and ruined his phone or something. Not to mention he was just an asshole to the characters. He was the Carter of the group.
Yeah,
Almost
everyone,
every
every
almost
every
every move. Sorry.
every character in the Final Destination series is named Carter. There's like 2 characters named Carter in this
Oh my
series.
god.
There's Carter
Yeah.
Horton, who turns out to be an asshole for like the first few scenes, and then he's like the third best person, but still is kind of an asshole. Then there's racist Carter, that is
Oh
racist.
yeah.
Yeah. And what were you gonna say,
When
Drew?
he drops the N word, I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I get you were upset you lost your wife, but whoa.
Well,
That
hey, there's
just
no need for that, man.
yeah. I think my favorite asshole Final Destination character, I don't know, they're all pretty hilarious. I like what was his name? It was the tough guy in the roller coaster group.
The what? The
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 guy who
tough
got crushed by the weights. Lewis, that's his name.
Lewis, yes.
Lewis
Lewis is
is
his
a
name.
Lewis is a fun one.
The funniest character, in my opinion, I don't even know. I don't think any of them were funny at all. But it's like, um, what characters do I think are? The characters I think are very well written are Alex and Claire. I think they're both very well written. Terribly written, I'd say. Um, terribly written is that guy who graduated 2 years ago and is like trying to like um he's the creepy guy with the camcorder trying to film the girls and like to get them like show me your titties like that and so
He was funny. I think it was
which
funny how
characters
he was just constantly
yeah
going up to girls and just doing questionable stuff. Check out those booties. I also
um,
love how love how he just casually flips the bird when they
he
honk
just
at
flips the
him.
bird, and he's sort of like also in that choose their faith one. He does give them a double flip when
Yes.
when he sees Wendy and Kevin, and then Wendy saw that that's Frank, and so they do actually save Frank from his death. So yeah.
I love
Anyway,
how he's like, I'm suing.
I'm suing you. You have to court.
Yeah.
Um. Anyways, what else? What characters do you think are very well written and terribly written? Hmm.
Very, very well written. I think that hmm, I do like a lot of the characters. The one who's written the most well is probably Alex, like you, because I mean, then also I don't have an answer because they're all pretty well written. The most poor written, hmm, hmm, probably Todd Wagner. He seemed like a creep.
Hmm. And he kind of seems like a potential first death, but then spoiler alert, he is the first one to die in the first one. But what is weird about after his death, the blue water like is like going away, and I think Death is like cleaning it up to make it
Yeah,
look like he did it himself. So
yeah.
like
Death is
maybe
clever.
Death is just a 2-bit criminal, I guess.
Yeah. Some have theorized that William Bloodworth might, you know, have something to do with death. I mean, he knows a lot about death. I wonder if Bloodlines might go more into about his like backstory and how he cheated death or something. One thing I would also love to do is what if Drew Tom's characters cheated death? Who would be the character to have the premonition, and who would be the one who would be most likely to live at the very end?
I might say premonition. Um, premonition. St. Louis or the St. I'd say Citadel City. Uh, there's an explosion. There's the train goes way too fast. It falls. It flies off the railroad. So Drew or conductor Drew has to save his girlfriend and his buddies and his Thomas and everybody else gets off the train before it even happens. So then, yeah, the accident happens, and then the death has a list, um, and they all die in the order they should have died. So potential first death, potential first death is James. Obviously, James' first
Yeah,
death right there
I see it.
because yeah. Okay.
Who would be the asshole of the movie? So, I mean, there were a
Yeah.
lot of asshole characters. Nick Wilde was a bit of an asshole. Garfield was sometimes an asshole. Gordon sometimes an asshole. Flick Duck is sometimes an asshole. Bluey characters. Judo, she had a moment, but she's not always an asshole.
Yeah. And what else? Um. Oh yes. Oh yes. I think that does it for our thoughts on Final Destination Bloodlines. Let us know if you guys are excited for the movie, and yeah, and let me know. Let me know your favorite Final Destination movie and your favorite death scene, and what characters do you think are very well written and terribly written. And why don't we do a little bit of housekeeping? Um, I got a voice acting part, and I was really happy about it. I will not say I will not say who I'm voicing for Drew Thomas, but once once that character is first introduced in a future Drew Thomas video, um, and I'll tell you that I'm voicing it. So,
Yeah.
anyways, How's Tex and Mark's logo histories going? Is there
I
release
haven't
date?
really
Uh,
started it yet. To be honest, I need to do a little bit of cleaning before I can make videos again. Um,
oh,
I
okay.
also need to get myself a computer so I can edit longer videos and stuff, which
Oh,
I've I have a lot of money, but I'll probably wait till my next payday so I make sure I have a whole lot of money so I can buy the computer and not have to stress out about being below my budget.
huh. Instagram is launching a new editing software. It's just
Oh
called
yeah.
Edits. Yeah. So I've been using in the meantime. I've been using Clipchamp, and CapCut is still available for desktop. So I've been using that for row coded videos. Those are back. I've so far this week and last week
Yeah.
I vocoded Sweet Caroline, Angry Birds theme, the Happy Tree Friends theme, and yeah,
Oh, I know what we should do next. You should do try everything from Zootopia.
I'll try that.
Yeah. I actually watched Zootopia last Saturday with Magic Railroad, and wow, I love Zootopia.
Anyways, we got to wrap up this stream now.
Yeah.
Give the stream a like and also subscribe and click the bell icon so you know when there's a new Easy Railcast, and also subscribe to Drew Thomas right here. And this is White Clover and Drew Thomas, D-Rail and the Easy Railcast saying goodbye and
See you soon.